Authentic in every way, Brian Gaughan and his pizzeria are a staple of Louisville, Kentucky, with an appreciation for and commitment to quality. From the ingredients on his pizzas to the writing on his walls, Brian founded Spinelli's, that serves as a cornerstone for a community of artists, musicians, and lovers of pizza.
While your story started in Philadelphia, your legacy lives in Louisville with Philly's own Spinelli's Pizzeria. So I'd love to hear the story, Brian. Why Louisville and why pizza?
Well, Louisville was Philly being Philly. I kind of had enough and decided to move on. And I was on my way to Miami, ended up stopping in Louisville. I had a good friend from Jersey moved down there. Ended up sticking around a little too long, got a good job. I was kind of cursed by opportunity and stayed there. And while I was there, I seen a, for better word, a lack of good pizza, for being from Philadelphia. So decided to get into the game. I worked in pizzerias a lot in my life, being younger in Philadelphia. So went back home and talked to the old heads there, and they pretty much showed me the ins and outs. And the only thing they told me is I could never come home and do it. So as an agreement we had. Went back and started it in Louisville, and I guess the rest is history.
Nice. So more than building pizzas, at Spinelli's, you've really built a strong community. You're a cornerstone for creativity there in your kitchen and also with graffiti on your walls. So I'd love to hear about the different kinds of artistry that Spinelli's supports.
Well, essentially, I've always been into the street art scene as a youngin'. I wrote graffiti and pretty much just surrounded myself with people with common interest, and gave them a place to express themselves in any manner, be it music or art. I'm kind of very open to all kinds. Mm-hmm. So that's really it.
Nice. Just give it, and sometimes that's all that's needed, right? You just need a space.
Yeah.
To do these things. So, I'd like to talk about your hours. I'm sure that may sound strange, but not open 24/7. You are almost open 24/7, 11 a.m. to 5 a.m. I had to read that a couple of times. I said, what? 7 days a week. So these are kind of alternate hours for some, but just right for your crowd, it seems. So are these hours part of how you serve the amazing community that you have? And second question, when do you sleep?
Well, the 5 a.m. came up because in Louisville, the last call was 4 a.m. So that's kind of how 5 a.m. happened, because we wanted to, after the bars or the club, we wanted to be a destination, let alone, but we still wanted the whole day. So we figured 11 a.m. is about as early as we're going to be able to get up. So it's kind of how that turned into it. And being that definitely became a late night staple throughout the years. And I sleep with a lot of help from my people around me.
Nice. That is nice. So most have heard of the epic pairing that is chicken and waffles. Many have enjoyed the classic combo, but fewer have experienced it on a pizza. So what? I would love to hear the brilliance behind this kind of a creation.
I can't take credit for that one. My a business partner of mine who owns a location with me out in Arizona came up with that, Chris Palmer. He came with it. I thought it sounded insane. He made it, and it's better than it even sounds. It's a syrup base, no sauce, with deep fried chicken, mozzarella, powdered sugar on top, and it's honestly, people are like, "Oh, how is it?" I'm like, "It's better than it sounds. It's good."
Nice. It sounded, when I first read that, again, another thing I had to reread. I'm like, what? It sounds amazing. So I want to get a little bit personal for a moment. And if you only had 2 toppings for the rest of your life, I'm just super curious, what would they be?
You're talking to a traditionalist, so to me, a cheese slice, a plain slice, is the caliber of any pizza. To me, the topping's good, but if you can't enjoy a slice of cheese then you're not doing pizza right. So for me, I pizza, and maybe sometimes I'll get a little crazy and put mushroom on it. That's for me. That's about it.
I love that going crazy is putting mushroom on. I love it. Okay, so one more question about the pizza part of things. What is it about your pizza that you make there that makes it so damn good?
Well, that's easy. Everything we do is how it was taught. It was taught to me from the older guys back home in Philly. Like no cutting corners. We do our dough and sauce from scratch still. And another thing was, like, even with the inflation that we came on, we had to make a decision on, are we gonna? There's two things you can do. You can raise your prices or cut your quality, and we've always stood by not cutting quality and use the best ingredients we can. So, and you can't find these recipes on YouTube.
Right. So best practices, best ingredients, and best recipe, it sounds like. So okay, so pizza aside, it's not your only love, of course. Let's talk music. So love to hear about the live music venue in downtown Louisville that you'd put together.
Yeah, we had our location downtown, unfortunately closed down during the pandemic, but we had a location that had a good sized dining room, and like we said, we've always tried to provide a space for the arts, and music being one of the arts. We we would do things here and there at some of the shops outside, little things, but with this other venue, we were able to offer something like almost daily if we wanted to. So we would charge the bands like $25, or the promoter. So 4 bands for $25. So it wasn't really a money-making thing for us. It was really just to support. And with that, it kind of grew and grew. And seeing the likes of Jack Harlow and Knock Loose, like, are in their stripes down there, which is amazing to see where they are today.
Yeah.
So we're real proud to even be part of that whole organic scene. And right now we're in the process of building out a new venue. Unfortunately, not the size of the last place, but we'll be able to at least be able to offer that space still.
Nice. That is awesome. So on to jet setting. I love to discuss, I've heard you have a bit of an obsession with travel. So I'd love to hear from you about the places you've been and what it is that you love about travel. Is it the places? Is it the people? What is it?
It's really just seeing how other people live. Like, just getting out there and looking around is, it's my favorite thing in the world. I learned years ago, experience over material items. So any money I make, I'd rather go out there and experience things. So my goal is to see everything. I'm not quite there. So,
Well, there's a lot of world to see, but it sounds like you're well on your way. So, do you have a favorite place you've visited thus far?
For cities, Paris is my favorite. For island, Bali's pretty amazing.
Nice. Yeah. I have a love of Paris myself, so
yeah, it's amazing.
So one more question for you today is whether you are building a pizza, a venue, a community, there is artistry that's involved in that. And so for entrepreneurs who are looking to go and to be something amazing, what artistic advice do you have for them?
Artistically, for me, it's just be yourself. Like, build off of things that influence you. Persistence is 100% a key to anything. Like, everybody's going to tell you can't do it. You got to just push on and just, it's just organic. If it's not organic, you can tell. And really, you got to kind of, the ones that you can tell what's fake and what's real at the end of the day. Time always tells.
Thank you so much for taking this time, Brian, to share your story and just for helping all of us become a bit more aware now. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.